packing lunch for my husband. It's been a while since the hubby has been asking for tortas, so I decided to surprise them with some pork rib ones. You know I'm always looking for any excuse to turn my grill on anyways. I'm gonna begin by prepping the ribs, and you always know we have to remove the membrane. And we season it up, marinate in a mojo for 45 minutes. Take them all side to my grill at 225 degrees, spritzing them with some apple cider and apple juice every 30 minutes. Once my ribs are ready, I let them cool down, remove all the bones. To go along with the rib torta, I'm going to grill some sweet corn. Also have some freshly baked teleras, and that is what we're gonna use for the torta. We're gonna add some guacamole, coleslaw, spicy mayo, tomato, pickled onions, and pickled jalapenos. Of course, we can't forget about our ribs, and we're gonna top it off with our top bun. We're gonna wrap it up in parchment paper and foil, split it in half for him, add his grilled corn, get everything ready for him so I can take it over for lunch. Bye! Let's pack today's lunchbox for my friends and followers. Today I woke up a little with the Halloween spirit, so I decided to make them a fun Halloween themed lunch. So today I'm making them worms and dirt. So I'm gonna begin by preparing the dirt. So for the dirt, I'm gonna use some ground beef. Slowly we're gonna add or pour some of that hot dirt until those worms have softened up, and then we cover it up and let this simmer for about 25 minutes. I'm just gonna add a couple of creepy crawlers, just a little bit. A little baggie of ant larvae in the form of Parmesan cheese. Okay, for their drink, I went on a witch hunt. Grabbed a couple of witches and made them a witch pomegranate strawberry agua fresca. I'm just gonna add a couple of witch eyeballs, drizzle a little bit of vampire blood on the witch's eyes, and just in case that wasn't enough, I'm gonna give them the witch's middle finger. And as a sweet treat, I decided to make them the hocus pocus cat. Put them a cute note just to get them in the spirit also. And that's it, guys. Now I'm just gonna get everything ready for them, their notes, their cookies, and their drinks. Let's pack today's lunchbox for our friends and followers. Today we're making them the viral Disney jalapeno popper corn dog, or as we would like to call it, a deep fried chile relleno. We're going to begin by charring, steaming, and peeling our chiles. The reason why this has to get done is because the chile has a really tough skin. Decided to make a jalapeno popper filling to go inside the chile pasilla. Cream cheese, some nice and crispy bacon, and of course the jalapeno. I seasoned it up using a little bit of allspice, give everything a quick little mix, shove it inside our chile, added some more cheese, and some buttery garlic shrimp. For an extra crunch, we're going to coat the chile in some panko. Drop it into the deep fryer at 350 degrees until the chile is nice and crispy like this. Once the chiles are ready, I put them on the rack so they can drain. Good thing is that I had a lot of people over, so they were trying them out, making sure that I got the right recipe. Didn't know what to serve these with, so I just put a little bit of hot sauce on the side. And that is it, guys. I'm just gonna get everything ready for them, including their drinks, so they can come and pick up during lunchtime. Bye! Let me show you guys a quick lunch idea for those who are at home starving like Marvin because your parents are working and you're in spring break. I told you you're not gonna starve with me, so we're gonna make some lunch together. We're making tostadas de sopa fria. You're gonna begin by cooking the pasta. You're gonna let the water boil first, add some salt, a bay leaf, and then you add your noodles. Let this cook for about 8 minutes. While your pasta cooks, you're gonna cut up the stuff that's gonna go inside the sopa fria. We're gonna thinly dice some ham, and we're also gonna thinly dice some cheese. And when cutting the cheese, just please make sure you're super careful because it can be hard, the knife can slip, and you can cut yourself. If your mom has cheese for sandwich, just use that. It's easier. Also gonna do equal parts sour cream and mayo. I'm using a cup of each. Then you season it up with some salt and pepper or your seasoning of choice. I mix everything together first before I add the pasta without that bay leaf. Then you put it in the fridge. And moms, this sopa fria is gonna be perfect for tomorrow's barbecue with your pollo asado or your carne asada, but today we're gonna do it different. I'm showing the kids how to eat it with the tostada. Now I know there's gonna be a lot of Karens talking smack, carbs on top of carbs. They're just mad that you're eating bomb diggity. And there you have it, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Let's pack today's lunchbox for my friends and followers. Sometimes I get these random recipes or ideas that I have to make, or they'll harass me in my head for weeks. I wanted to make tacos de barbacoa, but the ones that you cook in the ground. There's no way that I was gonna dig that hole in my backyard, so I decided to smoke mine to get that nice smoky flavor. This took approximately over 24 hours to cook. But let me tell you, it was freaking worth it. It was tender, it was smoky, everything that I wanted. I used the little mini taco ones because I wanted to have like little tacos de barbacoa. And to go along with those tacos, I decided to make them a Hawaiian macaroni salad and a Mexican rice. Last thing that I plated was the tacos because I wanted them to stay super fresh and hot. I hate dried, hard tacos. Not to mention cold. I'm gonna add some onion and cilantro that were the broth combinations thingy at work, and then I made them a fresh pico with some sweet corn. Of course, we can't forget salsa and limon. Their drink, I ran out of time, so I was like, hey, I only got sodas and water. That is it, guys. I'm just gonna get everything ready for them, including their drinks, so they can come pick up during lunchtime. Bye! Let me show you guys how to make 2 bomb ass summer snacks. We're gonna need some watermelon. I'm gonna cut them into these weird triangle shapes. Then we're gonna shove a little stick because we're gonna make it into a paleta. Now I'm gonna rub lots of watermelon rim dip all over my watermelon. I make sure to get every part of the watermelon. Then I coat it with my mixture of powders. This is my mixture of powders that I made to season my own fruit and my candy. I just make sure to coat the whole watermelon. Now that's snack number 1. For snack number 2, we're gonna use a mango. I'm shoving a stick to the bottom of my mango to have something to hold on to. And then I make cuts to the skin, and at the same time, we're going to be pulling on the skin. That way you can have like a little opening. Whatever you season the mango with is gonna go through every nook and cranny. Now I'm gonna rub some mango rim dip all over my mango. Then I coat it with the same mixture of powders, making sure everything is fully covered. And that's it for snack number 2. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Let me show you guys a quick breakfast here at Nana Joe's. Here I have some pasilla peppers. I'm just gonna char them up on my stovetop, peel them and de-seed them, and then to the insides we're gonna stuff them with some crispy potatoes. Top them with your cheese of choice. I'm gonna use some Oaxaca. Then I stick it into my air fryer until it gets nice and melted. In my pan, I'm gonna fry up a little bit of chorizo because we're gonna make a chorizo sauce. In the blender, I have 2 tomatoes, quarter piece of onion, and a jalapeno that I previously charred in my air fryer. A couple of garlic cloves, seasoned it up with a little bit of chicken bouillon, blend it up, and then pour the sauce into the chorizo. As soon as the sauce comes to a boil, it's ready. I'm gonna ladle a couple of spoonfuls to the bottom of my plate. Add a handful of some crispy tortilla chips. This is basically gonna be the bed of our chile poblano. We're gonna put our chile on top of our crispy tortilla chips. Then we sprinkle with lots of queso fresco. So we're gonna drizzle our sour cream, our avocado sauce, and then to top it all off, I'm gonna add a sunny side up egg. Garnish it with a little bit of cilantro, and that's it, guys. So this is how I finesse the system here at Nana Joe's. Let me show you guys how to make this cute heart-shaped taco platter. We're gonna begin by making the heart where the tacos are going to be. And for that, we're gonna use lots and lots of foil. So I just pulled long sheets of foil and then I made them into a big long tube and then made the heart shape. So my tacos wouldn't be like straight on the platter. I put foil sheets on the bottom and then I just kind of rolled it until it looks like this, guys. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Now for our meat, I'm gonna do half al pastor and half asada. We also warm up the tortillas and we're gonna start to work quick, guys, because we don't want cold tacos. Half of the heart is gonna have carne asada and the other half is gonna have al pastor. Then we're going to add some onion and cilantro because we're gonna have nice and stinky cilantro and onion breath. The middle part we're gonna fill up with roses, and I got mine super cheap. I just cut the stem all the way and then I just put all of the roses in the middle. To make it look extra cute, I'm gonna add some lemon wedges and just a little bit of salsa to some of them because the salsa was a little on the spicy side. But there you have it, guys, a heart-shaped taco platter. Hope you like this recipe. Bye!